Hey, love bugs, what's up? I hope you're having a good morning, noon, night, whenever this video may reach you. Do your girl a favor and hit that subscribe button and click that notification bell so you can get that thing whenever I upload a new video. Where y'all at? Come on over. Come on over, love bugs, so we can get this party started. So today, we are going to be talking about P. Diddy. Janice Combs, his mother done came out the woodwork. Somebody done dug her out the graveyard so she could come and try to defend her son. We're going to be talking about Mowry speaking out about her divorce and kind of giving us a little insight as to why she divorced and what the vibe was with her and Corey Hardrick. And we're going to be talking about Miss Netta and her message to women, or his message, they message. I don't know, because Netta did say that they still identified as a man. So Joe Netta it is, okay? I'm not, misgendering or mispronouncing. I don't even know if that's a term, but miss me with all of that, okay? Okay. Where y'all at? Who up in here? Hey, Novella. What's up, boo? Everybody that's coming through, make sure y'all paying the entry fee to my house. The entry fee is free, FREE 99, which means it costs you absolutely nothing. Zilch, not zilch. To hit the like button. And if you are catching the replay, make sure you drop me a pink heart and let me know what you think about these hot topics. Hey, Derek. What's up? What's up? What's up, Wanda? Hey, it's me, Lisa Lee. Hey, Lynn. How are you guys? I hope everybody is having a good night so far. We about to make it better with a little bit of entertainment. We gonna head on over to these Instagram streets. Yes. Make sure y'all hitting the like button on y'all way in. What's up? Hey PJ, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Agastyle? I'm not sure. Shouts out to the neighborhood talk. Diddy's mother, Janice Combs, released a statement regarding her son's crimes, alleged allegations. My son is not the monster they have painted him to be, child. Tisk, tisk, tisk. So Janice Smalls Combs, the mother of Sean Combs, through her undesigned counsel and on the behalf of the Combs family, releases the following statement. I come to you today as a mother that is devastated. Not devastated. Girl, you putting on a theatrics real early on, and profoundly saddened by the allegations made against my son, Sean Combs. It is heartbreaking to see my son judged not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies. Man, we all seen that video of him beating Cassie and dragging her up and down that hotel street. We all saw that. Well, the hotel hallway, but y'all know I call everything the streets, okay? To bear witness what seems to be like a public lynching. Of course, you're going to play on the heartstrings of the black folk and what our horrific background has been in this country. Using lynching is to trigger the folk and trigger the people and only have us focusing on the fact that he's a black man in America and everybody just trying to tear down a black man. No, this man has been committing crimes, okay? Of my son before he has had the opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words. Like every human being, my son deserves to have his day in court. Yes, he does deserve to have his day in court, but I'm sure come on. The diddler is guilty. I don't know if he's guilty of everything. I don't know if all 25,000 people that came forward and made these allegations, I don't know that I even believe all of them. I feel like it is a money grab for some of these stragglers. But for the main people, like Don Richards, that guy that he was had producing his records for free and that he was fondling his nutsack, Cassie, like I believe that there are some people who have actually been victimized by Sean Diddy Combs in real life. And he also had some firearms. He got a lot going on that like, come on, the feds ain't just going to come and do a deep sweep and don't have nothing on your child. My son may not be have been entirely truthful about certain things. Oh, really? Such as denying he has ever gotten violent with an ex-girlfriend when a hotel surveillance showed otherwise. Sometimes the truth and the lie become so closely intertwined that it becomes terrifying to admit one part of the story, especially when that truth is outside of the norm or too complicated to be believed. What's complicated about him stomping on Cassie with her 110-pound self and throwing a glass vase at her head and dragging her by here? What's complicated about that? This is why I believe my son's civil legal team opted to settle the ex-girlfriend's lawsuit instead of contesting it until the end. What was he going to contest, especially with surveillance like that out there? He didn't want to go to Discovery because they really would have opened a can of worms. I'm sure Cassie got all types of videos, pictures, messages, and witnesses. I'm sure, I bet my bottom dollar that's why he settled, not because he was the truth was stranger than fiction. Get Miss Janice, please. Miss Janice, please. Resulted in a ricochet effect as the federal government used this decision against my son by interpreting it as an admission of guilt. He was guilty of what he did to Cassie, though. So how is it being interpreted? And we all saw that video. That's a crime. No matter how many people want to try to say, oh, you're trying to bring a black man down. And what about what the clear man did? Or what about assaulting a woman, physically assaulting a woman is a crime. I don't understand how that goes over everybody's head. It is a crime to put hands and feet on a woman. Point blank, period. It is important to recognize that none of us, regardless of our status, are immune to fear or mistakes. Not being entirely straightforward about one issue does not mean my son is guilty of the repulsive allegations and the grave charges leveled against him. Many individuals who were wrongfully convicted and later exonerated had their freedom taken from them, not because they were guilty of crimes they were accused of, but because they didn't fit the image of what society considers to be a good person. Ma'am. History has showed us how individuals can be wrongfully convicted due to their past actions or mistakes. Watching the world make jokes and laugh at my son's life crumbling before our eyes is something I can never forget. It is truly agonizing to watch the world turn against my son so quickly and easily over lies and misconceptions without ever hearing his side or affording him. Man, we heard his side. They came out and said he didn't do anything. And then that video of him beating Cassie up and down the hallways of the hotel also came out. So that in itself proves that he's a liar, that he can't be trusted. We heard his artist side when they said that, he made them starve and would withhold food and withhold sleep. Those are torture tactics, and lock them in cars. And we seen him make his artists walk across the bridge from one borough to another just for some cheesecake. We've seen these things on television. We've seen him cuss people out like a dog. We've seen him trash his office and be erratic. We've seen him engage in certain type of behaviors. So, like I said, I don't think that all 25,000 people that have come out, I don't think that they're all being forthcoming and they're all telling the truth, because a lot of people have participated in freak offs that were consenting adults. However, I do not believe that it is above this man to have been putting stuff in people's drinks, to have been transporting people from state to state, country to country for X work. I don't believe that this is something that he wouldn't do. He's been stealing money. I'm sure he's been extorting people, blackmailing. I don't believe that this is above him. This is the industry, period. He's just one of the big wigs that's going down first as far as hip hop is concerned. Well, they did try to get Russell Simmons, but Russell was smart. He got the hell up out of Dodge and went to Bali. He over in Bali, he over in Indonesia. He doing the yogi poses, and he eating I don't know what the hell they eat over there, but he ain't in America. He left. He got out of Dodge. Diddy wanted to still be the man of the city and have the key to the city instead of leaving on the midnight train to Bali, or the midnight plane, or the midnight jet. I don't know. Anyway. Um, the lies thrown at him are motivated by those seeking a financial gain and not justice. These individuals saw how quickly my son's civil legal team settled his ex-girlfriend's lawsuit, so they believe they can receive a quick payday by falsely accusing my son. Also, the woman that got papowed in the face by him at the nightclub that Shine took the fall for has maintained her same story since the 90s and the early 2000s, that it was P. Diddy that did it, and he paid those people off. That woman has been speaking out. A lot of people have been speaking out against P. Diddy, but they have maybe been paid off or threatened or just simply silenced, and nobody has believed them because of your son's status, ma'am. So this is not new. These allegations against your son is not new. And Shine himself came out and said that he was the fall guy. So is he lying as well? Shine is a prime minister over in Belize. I don't think that he's trying to get a payday. He don't even want to be a part of this, but he felt now safe enough and vindicated enough to come out and speak his piece, because Sean Diddy Puffy Combs is no longer the mafia boss that he once was. So it's a little more safe now for people to come out of the woodwork. So we're going to say Shine was lying as well. I don't think Sean was lying. And I don't think that lady that got pow in the face by Puffy Combs at that nightclub, I don't think that she was lying either. She's been speaking out for decades, but nobody would listen to her. Nobody would believe her. A lot of people have been speaking out against this man, and nobody has believed them until now, because finally somebody that has been close to him for over 10 years, Cassie, was emboldened enough to come out. And then there was some evidence, some video surveillance evidence. And before we saw that tape, people were still not believing Cassie and saying that she was only coming out because she wanted to get some money. So let's not act like people have not been whistleblowing against P. Diddy. Wendy Williams lost her radio job because she was whistleblowing against Diddy. She was blackballed. It took her a while to get back on her feet. And then she reemerged as the daytime premiere talk show host known as the Wendy Williams of the Wendy Williams Show. So I'm just not like, this is just so disingenuous. It's just so fake. And like, for people to just continuously try to act like everybody just trying to get some money from Diddy when people have not, as if people have not been coming out saying that they was propelled by him, that he was stealing their money, putting them in some shoddy contracts, legally extorting them, blackmailing. We've been hearing these stories. This is not anything new under the sun. Okay. To make matters worse, the federal government is now using these lies to prosecute my son. This injustice has been unbearable for our family. The worst part of this ordeal is watching my beloved son be stripped of his dignity, not for what he did, but for what people choose to believe about him. I ask his supporters, fans, colleagues, friends, and the public not to judge him before you've had the chance to hear his side. I beg you to think about those who have been wrongfully prosecuted, to remember that not everyone who has made mistakes in life deserve to have their entire existence judged by a single action or a few mistakes. My son is not the monster they have painted him to be, and he deserves the chance to tell his side. I can only pray that I am allowed to see him speak his truth and be vindicated. Respectfully submitted on behalf of Janice Smalls Combs and the Combs family. So, like I said, just because you are proven innocent does not mean that you didn't commit the crime. Just because you've been vindicated does not mean that you didn't do the heinous and the monstrous things that you have been accused of. OJ Simpson could enter the chat. Everybody believes wholeheartedly that he took out, his ex-wife, but he got off. But then he ended up going back to jail because karma's going to always come to collect. Even though it was for something else. Yeah, Layla, exactly. His mother's about to go down with him too. She's trying to protect her own self because she knows where the bodies are buried. Allegedly. Her name is on the paperwork. She's been there. She's seen what he was doing. So for her to come out and pretend like it's just given, she know her son. She know who she raised, and she was down with it. She know. She absolutely know. Free her baby. He did nothing wrong. So you think that Diddy didn't do anything, Queen Keish? Hey, Tweety. Hey, Lasia. Hey, Desi. Queen Keish, you really think that Diddy didn't do any of the things that he's accused of? I mean, you're entitled to your opinion because we all entitled to our opinion. Ain't nobody dumb, Miss Janice. So what you mean? Like, I'm confused, Queen Keish. Are you saying that you believe that Diddy didn't do anything, or you think that he did do something? Everybody up in here hit the like button. He did. Oh, you being? Oh, okay. Everybody up in here hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. And subscribe if you're not already subscribed. All right. Let's go back to the neighborhood talk because I want to get into this clip that came out with Tia Mowry talking about her marriage to Corey Hardrick. She's now doing a show. I don't know if we could play it though, because I'm not trying to get a copyright strike. This is on WeTV. So we're just gonna listen to the audio right quick. So this is it. I'm just gonna show you. Tia Mowry says she lost her virginity at 25 to her ex-husband Corey Hardrick. Corey was my first everything. Corey was her first everything. Now I'm not gonna show this because I do not want to get no copyright.
My persona as a celebrity is kind of like the girl next door, the white picket fence. But what I didn't show was the reality of what was really going on in my marriage. Maybe I was trying to live a fantasy.
This time, however long it lasts before, you know, there's a new iteration of your life, right, with a partner.
You know, I've never dated.
That's right.
I've never dated. Corey was my first.
Right. Yes.
Everything.
I know.
So I wasn't even allowed to date until I was 18 years old. I met Corey when I turned 20, and I lost my virginity at 25. There, was that it? And then we got married. Boom. Well, my persona.
So I personally feel like Corey was probably manipulative toward her. He was probably emotionally abusive toward her. And she was the breadwinner. She made a bag than him. She had a bigger name than him. So she probably felt like she constantly had to dumb herself down and dim her light to validate his manhood and to boost his ego, which is what a lot of women do when they're in relationships with men that they're bigger than and that they're better than. And the fact that he was her first, I honestly feel like she wanted to get back out there so she could experience life while she still got some youth. Because she's like 40 something, so she still has youth left. And I feel like she probably just saw her whole life go down a drain. Like, dang, I gave this man all of the best years of my life, and I've never even experienced another partner. Well, we don't know, because the Hollywood, they be getting freaky deaky, they be at freak offs and all types of stuff. So we can't say that they've never brought anybody else into the bedroom or they didn't swing. But Corey does not look like the type of guy that's going to allow his wife to be sleeping with other men. They probably was freaking off with women. We don't never know. Like, she has this wholesome image, but we don't know these people in real life. So we don't know. I can't say that she's never slept with anybody else. But from how it seems, I would just think that she wanted to really experience life while she still has some youth. And she was just being emotionally and mentally drained by Corey. She wasn't getting her needs met the way that she said, like, oh, I was pretending like I was living in a fairy tale. And we saw a clip of them on Black Love. I believe it was like a show that was on like BET or All Black, whatever. And he overtalked her. Like, whenever she tried to get a point across, he would look at her as to shut her down. She immediately shut down. Like, she didn't even try to, like, you know, defend herself. She wasn't even trying to like overtalk. Like, she just shut down because she knew what would probably ensue once the cameras turned off if she like spoke out of turn. And that, to me, I can't diagnose anybody, but that looks like she was experiencing narcissistic abuse. You know, when someone intimidates you, when someone guilt trips you, when someone immediately shuts you down, when you feel like you have to constantly walk on eggshells and you don't want to make this person blow up, that's also emotional abuse. When somebody is constantly using their blow ups and their temper tantrums, or them withholding love and affection and breadcrumbing you, all of that is forms of abuse. It's subtle, and we don't look at it as abusive because we are taught that if a man is not putting your head in between a washer and dryer, then you should just be happy that that man came home at night. But no, if somebody's always shutting you down, making you feel like you have to be small and kind of not speak, and you constantly disengaging and disassociating, that's because you have been going through some type of emotional abuse at the hands of said person that makes you feel like you can't even talk. And we only saw that one clip, so we don't know how he was treating her in the house. And I'm telling y'all, that's why I do not advise no woman. It's very hard, especially, hey, Amberella, what's up, boo? It's very hard for melanin rich women because when we become successful, we out earn Black men. We do. There's not too many Black. And I saw a Black woman that said, when I got to the top, when I crossed over into another tax bracket, it was very, very limited men that looked like me that was there. So a lot of us tend to date down. We either date at our level or we dating down. And when we get to a certain level, like multimillionaire status, we tend to date down. So in order for a man to feel like he's on your level, he has to level you. If you got more money than him, you're doing better than him, you're buying the cars, you're paying the mortgage, all he could probably do is take you out for a nice dinner or buy the kids some miscellaneous things. And he's probably not even doing that because it's like, once you have accountants and money is just so big and it's coming out of different places, you don't even think about where the money is. Like, it just gets paid because it's coming out of an account. You get what I'm saying? Like, your funds are allocated to the household. It's like a well-oiled machine. So you're not even thinking about that when you have a certain amount of money. And I know this because my ex had an accountant at one point, and I've also dealt with men that were of means. So the way that things are paid, they are not calling up the light bill, or they're not looking at their bank account all the time to see. Like, they just know that it's getting paid. It's handled. It's different. So the only way that Corey can maintain control and feel like the man of the house is to demean her and devalue her. And this is what men do every day to regular average women. They tell you your vagina ain't worth shit. I could get sex from a cat, a dog, a moose, a goose. Oh, you ain't that good looking. Yeah, you talented. Oh, you ain't been hot since sister. Oh, your sister doing better than you because your sister was on the real. When's the last time you had a job? We could just imagine how he was talking to her to make himself feel better about himself. I've experienced a man telling me I'm not smarter than him. I'm not better than him. He's better than me. Like literally saying these things. And I'm like, why would you say this to somebody that you love? It's because you know that I am on a different level. We are in two different realms. And honestly, once I continue to excel, you might not even ever fucking be able to see me in real life anymore. I'm the type of bitch that you just gonna have to turn on your screen and see me on television once I continue to ascend, unless I bring you with me. Or unless I just continue to reach down because you done did a great enough job of beating my self-esteem into the fucking gutter. So now I don't feel like I can do better than you. Or they give you an anchor baby. So now bitch, you ain't got a choice but to have me in your fold, even if I'm not fucking on you outright. Oh, I'm trying not to cuss so much. Even if I'm not intimate with you outright, I still got to know where you live. I still have to have access to you. I still got to be a part of your life to some degree because now you got my kid. Welcome to the show. So I personally think that these are the type of things that Tia Mowry was probably living through day by day because she didn't want to emasculate her husband and she was the bigger star. And Corey Hardrick is also an actor. Yes, he's had some roles. He's done some notable things that we could, go and watch. He has an IMDb page, but he's not Tia Mowry. Like, come on, she's still getting residual checks from the 90s. Like, there's no way that you touching that as Corey Hardrick. So, y'all know how these men be. Not all, but a lot of men, they feel like they have to punch down on women and they have to devalue women, to degrade and demean and disrespect you and make you feel like trash in order to make themselves feel better, especially if you are a whole superstar. A lot of men, the average men, cannot deal with a woman being better than them in every area. Like it really just is what it is. It's terrible. It's terrible. I know, but this is what happens on a daily. Not every man. Some men can stand behind their woman, and some men are okay with getting with a woman, and maybe we meeting at the same level, or I'm maybe a few notches above you, but I'm not like all the way there yet. And but while you're knowing me, I'm continuing to grow, but like my net worth is growing. Like a lot of men can't deal with that. So I could just only imagine what she was subjected to, and the fact that he was her first and her only. She didn't really have nothing to measure it by. She didn't have no goalposts. She hasn't really, probably wasn't even able to establish her boundaries and her non-negotiables because she was so young. Her frontal lobe wasn't even fully developed when they got married and had her first child. So that is just a lot to think about as far as women. We can learn a lot from this. Like, just moving forward and dealing with men, period. If we want to be in relationships with somebody that's beneath us, we have to make sure that this man is secure within himself, that he's valid within himself, that he doesn't, need to feel like he gotta beat you down all the time to feel better about himself. And he needs to also be in a position to at least make an effort to contribute to y'all's livelihood. My ex, what y'all saying up in here? Hey, Treasure LA, you said I'm dating down. Wait, what you said? I'm dating down, and he makes up by it. You makes it up is what you mean by being the rock I need emotionally, mentally, and physically. He's very sweet. Shaking my head. If you dare date down, don't take abuse. I agree. Um, she was on a game. She's still doing better than me. Queen Key. Oh, you talking to Queen Keys? Okay. My ex, was like this. That's what you mean. He's jealous of my life and it showed. Mad because I went to college and that my mom was always there for me and helped me, and it shows. Yeah, yo, Queen Keys, people be jealous of your family. They be jealous of how people love you. We did a live on that earlier about a man being jealous of you is not the safest space to be in. Make sure y'all check that out. But people, when a man is jealous of you, he doesn't always, it don't even always got to be about money. It could be about because people love you. Like Queen Keisha, it was because of how my mother and my family treated me. Like, some men be jealous because you got a father that loves you, because you got a mother that loves you, because you got siblings that love you, that will, show up for you and help you out. Like, some people really be jealous because they don't have the family structure. Some people be jealous because you have a certain magnetism that they will never ever achieve. Y'all could go out and everybody want to know who you are and they gravitate toward you. A lot of men, period, don't naturally have that. So to be with a woman who has it on 10,000, that you got to be very, very secure to be able to stand beside a woman like that. And a lot of men can't do it. I think Corey wasn't playing a role in Divorce in the Black. He was being himself. Ooh, dang, Amberella. And he was vicious in that movie. My ex was like that. I deleted the bit. Oh, you know what? I'm not even mad. I get it. The patriarchal deprogramming a man needs to do to support a successful woman is deep and immense, and most men would not do it. Exactly, Amberella. And I say this all the time. And in a Black community, we live in a matriarch society, but they don't want to accept that. They don't want to accept it. But if you take a look around, women are running the Black community. And then I said something like that on TikTok, and this man was like, well, how y'all doing being that y'all running the community? Look how the community is doing. Bitch, if we had a suitable teammate, we would be fucking running the world. We would not be on the bottom. If we had a suitable if we had a helpmate, if we had men that actually matched us, and I'm talking about as a collective, not just us individual, because there are pockets of us that's ratchet. That's all that we doing is fucking eating chopped Cheetos and turkey legs and chicken and crab legs. That does exist. However, collectively, as great as melanin rich women are doing in society, could you imagine if we had a counterpart that could at least just match us? He don't gotta outdo us. If he could at least just match us, we would be unstoppable. Remember, Tia said there's no gender roles in her marriage. That's because she was paying for things and she was stepping into a masculine, because a masculine is when you're paying, you're paying for things, you're taking care of things, you're taking on a bulk of the responsibilities. When you're the head of the household, that's more of a masculine energy. Feminine energy is a receptive energy. And I say this to you all the time. That's why coochie is shaped like a purse. That the anatomy of your body is to receive, ladies. So if you're constantly giving and giving, then you are in a masculine position. And that puts your man by default in his feminine. Yep, just moved to Florida and now my boyfriend is called Claire. He's been celebrated for 10 years and he's perfect for me. If you happy, then we happy. I seen a Black woman influencer fact a mortgage signing so her king could feel it. Fact? You mean fake? A mortgage signing so her king could feel important. She paid for everything and supported this man and he did nothing but drag her. Black women deserve so much better. See, that shit just be breaking my heart. It seems like all we do is just date down. It's because the men are not leveling up to us. And not all. I'm not monetarily, I don't have my riches yet, but I'm a rich ass bitch by nature, by heart. Like I feel it in my bones. No matter how long it takes, no matter what the journey is, because this has been a bunch of ebbs and flows. But I know that I am an anointed woman. I know that I'm special. I know that I'm here to do something to help move the collective forward, to do something bigger than what the fuck I'm surrounded by now. And I'd be like, damn. And this is another reason why I've been single. And everybody's always trying to shame me for it. But it's because I feel like I'm surrounded by people that I don't know that is going to fare or that's going to be okay stepping into another arena with me. I don't know. Like, I be thinking about shit like that. Like, oh my God, I'm not going to be in this small space that I'm in forever. I'm going to grow because I'm not going to stop. We just going to get more lit. So what I'm surrounded by, I be like, damn, like, is this going to like make sense when I elevate? Like, are the men that surround me right now, the options that I have right now, are they going to be okay with me in an elevated state? Because it's one thing when you get with a man and, you ain't really got no ambition and you ain't got no goals and you just okay and complacent. But it's a different thing when you have, there's things that you're actively working on, but he meets you on the come up. He hasn't met you when you're fully like got to the top of the mountain. He's meeting you on your walk up. So he's seeing you at a certain level. I don't know. That's another story for another day. But I be thinking about shit like that, Amberella, like for real. I do. Cause right now, like I'm still like in the inner city. I have not ascended as much as I see it. I feel it. I know that I'm going to get there. So these niggas that surrounded me, I be like, what the fuck? Like, I don't even know if you're gonna deserve to breathe my air when I get to where I'm going. Hey, Cynthia G, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate you. Y'all definitely here to help Love Jones. Yes. And I'm so inspired by you. I quote you all the time. I'll be like, yes, in the words of Cynthia G. Thank you for the super sticker. Why is it that only Black men have to be constantly lifted up by us to feel like a man? It's because they don't do the heavy lifting on their own. And they feel like it's us. We are also to blame for it. I have done it. I've grown up around women coddling men. I've seen women treat men like children. We infantilize men. When men do bad things or when they're not leveling up, we say, that's not a man, that's a boy. No, that is a grown adult man. That's a grown man. We are guilty. I've done it with the males in my family, my younger cousins. I've made excuses for them. I've said, oh, they're just young. They don't. I've done it. I've done it in romantic relationships. Given an excuse. Just be happy that the man is around and, be okay with him doing the bare minimum because you got it. A lot of us women are out here getting to it. So it's not like we fucked up, broke, busted, and disgusted to whereas we're not managing our lives and our houses by ourselves. A lot of us are actually getting to it. So we don't need men. And this is something that we're gonna do a call-in show. Like, do women really need men? I wrote that down because we need men. Like, men help the world go around, right? But we don't need to be in intimate relationships with men the way that we did in the days of old. We can get bank accounts on our own. If we need help, we can call the police. They still, the police, it's still some things, but we're not discriminated against the way that we were in the 50s and the 60s. It's not overt racism by the police and the authorities. Like, they will come and help you more so in 2024 than it would have in the days of old. So it's not like we need the direct protection and we don't need we've always been the ones, we've been providers since the inception of this country. I hate when they make it seem like we've ever been to just rest in femininity and stay at home and take care of kids. No, bitch. We was on the plantations. We was sharecropping. We was doing the domestic work. We was raising the clear women children. We've always had to work. So that is also a scam. We've always provided. However, we drunk the juice that they were just on the bottom and they were oppressed and the clear man was keeping them down and he didn't have a bootstrap to lift himself up with. And it's like, well, hold up. We standing right here next to these niggas. I'm right here with you, going through the gauntlet and the struggle together, fighting through oppression together, fighting through the redlining, fighting through everything together collectively. But yet, I don't know. It's a magic trick. We are under some heavy root work because we only see them as the victims. We only see them as having experienced hardship and oppression, as if we haven't had it worse. It's crazy. Cynthia G, thank you again for the super sticker. Right, that at least you got a man narrative. Let me know when you do the call in so that I can call in. Yes, I'm gonna do it. We can do it tomorrow. But that's the thing. Like, I'm gonna put a community post, and I'm gonna say, like, we're gonna, like, do women really need men? I'll do a community post and I'll set an exact time so people could call in. That's the thing. Cynthia, do you know I get shamed every day that I do my vertical lives for being a single mother and I ain't got no fucking kids? I don't have no kids. And these men come up here and say, you a single mother, right, Amberella? That's why you a single mother. I'm like, I ain't even got no fucking kids. And I am walking around with the stain and the stigma of being a single mother. Like, it's crazy. You can't make this up. And then they're always saying, well, where's your ring? And I'm like, I'm not telling women how to get married. That is not my ministry. I'm telling women how to not get dog walked by a man, because I've been there. I've also been flued out by men. I've also had men give me their credit cards and pay my bills and pay my rent. I've experienced a lot of different scenarios when it comes to dating. So I can tell you how to successfully date a man, and I can tell you about red flags to look out for. I can't sit up here and tell you how to get married and how to be a mother. I don't know anything about that. So for them to try to say, where's your ring? You ain't got no man. Sir, first of all, I'm never devoid of a man. There's men all around. When you're a beautiful woman, you always got a man somewhere. Y'all know, ladies, y'all know exactly what I mean. You always got a man somewhere. Always. They call everyone a single mother. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I have sons too. I'm not canceling men, but not settling for any man just to get you mean a ring? I feel you. The thing is, and this is what I have to say as well, because they say I just be hating men and I bash men. I don't hate men. I don't like certain types of men. And these are the types of men that we talk about on the show. And those are the type of men that flood my comment section. I love penis. I like women too sometimes, but for the most part, I'm heterosexual. I love men. Men help me. Men pay my bills. Men buy me things. I love when men compliment me. I love laying down with men. I have things that I need to be fixed around my apartment. Men come and they do those things. I use men for what they're useful for. And people be like, oh, you're just trying to use men. A woman should use a man. Men use us. If a motherfucker is you, if you can't use him, then a motherfucker is useless. Why on earth should we align ourselves with useless men? If I need something, why should I be entertaining any man, a friend, a platonic friendship, a intimate, a sneaky link? Why should I entertain any man if I cannot use him when I need to? What is the point? I believe that we should deal with men at our own leisure and when it is convenient. I feel like that works out the best. It has fared and worked out the best for me. I'm not against having children. I'm not against getting married because who knows? One day, if I'm inspired to do that and I come across someone and we are aligned and that happens, I think it could be beautiful. However, I am not so desperate to whereas I'm just going to get with any man just so I could have a ring, just so these funky niggas on the internet can stop trying to shame me for being single and calling me a single mother when I ain't got no motherfucking kids. And that's what I say. I say, hey, take me to Petco. Let's go get a pet. I'm a cat lady. I'd rather us do that than to risk our lives, risk our livelihoods, be emotionally scarred, and having to rebuild and repair and pick ourselves up out of a dark, hopeless place. I'd rather us be okay with being with ourselves as opposed to just getting with any man just to have a man so people won't shame you. Thanks again for the super chat. I appreciate you. We don't have to hate men to acknowledge that we don't need them. That hello, ding, ding, ding. Need is based on provision. So if they don't provide, they're not needed. Hello, ding, ding, ding. That part. And they make it seem like men are a prize. Like, oh, you ain't got no man. Bitch, men are oh my God. Like, oh my God. Like a man ain't the easiest thing to get. That part be taking me out of town. A man is very easy to get. Men are not hard to get. Like, I don't know what they be talking about. It's crazy. But I'm glad that Tia chose herself first. You have two cats. Your male cat is a sweetheart. Yeah, I have a male cat. His name is Bambino. I'd marry a man that got his own and is loyal to me and cherish me. Exactly. This is why I follow you, LJ. Males have men themselves obsolete. You mean made? And if they provide nothing, we should not entertain them. Exactly. And then they get mad when we expect them to provide and want money. Like, what the fuck else is you providing if not money? Y'all are mad at women for expecting y'all to do what it is that y'all said that y'all did. Men are the ones that got out here and said they're the leaders and the protectors and providers. Men are the ones that created this matrix that we live in, to whereas we need money to live. It is up to a woman to ensure the safety, the longevity of her and her offspring. And the way to do that in present day is you got to have money. You got to have money. So why do they get upset? I understand, Amberella. I understand. Type and be tricky. So why do they get upset when we actually expect them to do what they said they were going to do? It's not our fault that they're not measuring up in a system that was created by another group of men. We didn't create this. Now, if we was in prehistoric times or we was back in the days of old where we needed a motherfucker to be able to hunt and build a house, then that's what we would be looking for. But these days, we need someone that can buy a house that is already built. We need to align ourselves with somebody that can pay for food because they don't got to go out and hunt. That's what, like, come on. Speaking of this, I really want to get into what Miss Netta said. Miss Netta said women need to settle. This is a perfect segue. Miss Netta said that women need to settle and that we have our expectations and our standards are too high. So let's head on over to these TikTok streets so we could get into what Miss Netta said. Hold up. Wait, let me. Shouts out to the Real Tea for Real. Miss Netta said you have to lower your standards to be happy.
I know I'm a part of the gay community. I know I'm not no real woman. So I know some of y'all are probably saying that you can't give us no advice because you're not no real woman. But baby, yes, I can. When I'm speaking from experience. From woman, man, it does not matter. Tell you some of the things that y'all doing out here, you gotta buckle up on it because some of these men don't want this, or some of these women don't want that. Sometimes you gotta lower your standards to be happy. Worse. I know I'm a part of the gay community.
So this is a man, right? And his husband, thank you again. You is cashing me out. Yes. Some Black women are mad at me right now because I said if they return to an abusive relationship that they're aiding in their abuse, but they are. That's true. Stockholm syndrome is real and it does take a little bit of time, but that's true. Multiple things can exist at the same time. Meanwhile, they're defending Diddy and Chris Brown. It's that part for me, especially Chris Brown. And I'm like, is it because he's light skinned? Is it because Chris Brown is light skinned that Black women especially, go so hard for him? Like, oh, well, Rihanna forgave him. Rihanna is not the only woman that he has put, in the words of Cynthia, he put hands and feet on. He kicked Karrueche. Karrueche is like 90 pounds wet. I met Karrueche. I met Chris Brown. I've seen him in real life. Karrueche is small. She has a little baby. She has like a preteen. She looks like she's in middle school. Like, that's how her build is. He kicked her down the stairs. She had to get an order of protection against him. I don't know how everybody forgets that. It's crazy. But the fact that Miss Netta, a man cosplaying as a woman, and I'm not misgendering or using the wrong pronouns because Miss Netta himself has come out and said, I am a man. I do not identify as a woman. I am a man. I still got my man parts. You could call me Joe because that's my name. People wear. I don't dress up as a woman. I'm not trying to be a woman. Meanwhile, sitting up there saying that he gonna get a breast lift and got a BBL and wearing nails. And anyways, these people be confused and in denial. But that's another story for another day. Gonna sit up here and say women need to lower their standards to be happy because he went and picked up a man from wherever the hell he picked up Charles from. They call Charles radio. People saying Charles is a little slow. And that's not what I'm necessarily trying to say. However, Charles has also said that women don't know how to be a woman, and that's why women are single. Miss Netta has said this is why women are single. And I'm so confused because these are two grown Black ass men sitting up here telling a woman how to be a woman. How can a man fix his funky Nestle Crunchy face to try to tell a woman what she needs to do to keep a man and how to be a woman to a man? And oh, you don't cook for your man, that's why you ain't got no man. And y'all like legit sitting up here bashing women. Sir, you are with a gay man. You are gay. I don't want the type of men that you want. I don't want to attract a man that is just into men. That's not what I'm into. It is so odd to me that these people feel bold enough to get up on the internet and try to tell a woman how to be a woman and that she needs to lower her standards. What is this? Why is the narrative not that men need to level up? It is always telling a woman to level down. Level down. Don't expect too much. They're continuously telling us that they know niggas ain't shit. That's all this is in a nutshell, is that these men are always telling us, girl, you are better than that man. You're doing better than him. You got more earning potential than him. If you want a man, then you're going to have to level it down. Like, what are we? And Charles look miserable. I personally think that Charles like women and Charles is really gay for pay. And I personally believe that this all started off as a skit. I do believe that they did some, actual things together. But I don't think that Charles ever really thought that this would go so far as it did. But now they're getting a bag off of it and it's lucrative. So Charles is just rolling with it. But they got separate rooms, which I'm not even mad at, because if I ever lived with a man again, because I have before 1.5 times, if I ever lived with a man again, I would need my own lair so that I could create, so that I could have my own space whenever I need it. However, if I'm living, with my man and he locking the door, you not locking no motherfucking doors up in here. Charles be locking Miss Netta out of that room that he be in. I've seen a live or a clip of a live where Miss Netta had to knock on the door a bunch of times so Charles could open the door. You can't even just walk in the door. That, like, what this, at the end of the day, it's all skits, it's all for entertainment. But what do y'all think about men telling women that they need to settle and men cosplaying as women trying to tell a woman how to keep a man? What do y'all think about this? Sunset, men are secretly want men. Love Jones, men tell us every day how bad their counterparts are. Don't dress like this to avoid being attacked. Don't go here alone. That part, to avoid being attacked. Don't be smart. It offends a man all the time. That part, they don't even realize how much they talk down and how badly they think of themselves and each other. But yet when we say it, it's a problem. Oh, you're just male bashing. Oh, you just hate all men. Oh, you just want women to be single like you. First of all, who said I was single? I'm never devoid of a man. There is a man always lurking around somewhere as far as Love Jones is concerned. Let's just put that out there. I had an older Black woman tell me the reason Black men have a hard time committing is because of slavery. Jesus Christ, Layla. Oh my God. Thank you again, Cynthia G. If you lower your standards and settle, you will regret it. I did it and wish I hadn't. Damn. So what's the solution? For me, I just feel like we just need to just be okay with dealing with men at our own leisure and at our own convenience. When you got an itch that need to be scratched, go and, entertain a man. When you need a bill paid, let that man pay that bill. You don't need to necessarily live with him. You don't need to be in close proximity every single day. I feel like that makes the most logical sense until or unless you actually meet a man that has shown you and that has proven to you that y'all could take it a step further. Until then, don't just be out here just because you want a man and by societal standards, if you pass 25, you done hit the wall and you a washed up cat lady. Don't listen to that. It's a scam. Until or unless you come across a man that you feel can match your fly, deal with men at your own convenience and at your own leisure. Now, I know there's going to be some men that's mad at me for saying this, and I say this every day, but it works. It's safer as well, too. Protect yourself, of course. Don't be letting these niggas crack your eggs. You say no, I say next. If it's not working out for you, get another one. What Monique said, if that nigga don't work, get another one. If that nigga don't work, get two niggas. Like, for real, just move on. It's hard. Sometimes you gotta, I try to give myself, if I'm getting over somebody, I give myself like 2 or 3 weeks. And it's like a lease on an apartment. You could crash out a little bit. You could cry a little bit. And then you got to get the hell on, because what's the sense? Life is going to keep going. You have to keep progressing, and make sure that you are investing in yourself. Make sure that you are loving on yourself so that you are decentering men and you're naturally doing it. Like, you're not trying real hard and trying to concentrate on not thinking about a man. No, it needs to be a natural thing to where it's like, okay, this is not working. This is not for me. We tried it out. I may have cried and crashed out a little bit. I'm going to get over it. And it's not going to be that hard because I have my own life. I've created my own world. I'm a warm-blooded animal. I'm able to self-soothe. I don't need a pack. Like, I'm able to be on my own and be out here. Take yourself out on dates. Do things that make you feel good about yourself. Get some hobbies. Exercise. Focus your energy on getting your body right. If you have children, pour more into your children. Like, do things that's naturally going to help you to move forward and move on and get closer to people that you should be vibrating and vibing with. For real, for real. If a man touched a woman, she is tarnished or damaged goods. These males hate themselves and put that anger on us. It's maddening. Oh my God, so much projection. Super projection. Facts. I said, even if I ever marry again, we can't live together. We have houses on the same block, but I like my own space. I feel at this point, I wouldn't say that I couldn't live with a man, but we need to be in a big enough space where I don't have to see you all the time if I don't want to. Like, you could be on that side, I could be on that side. We come together, you could put me through the mattress when I need it or when you need it if I'm in a mood. you know, we could have dinners together, but like respectfully, we still have our own things going on. And I know for sure, you know, like when you are used to and accustomed to having your own space, like me, I'm very isolated. Sometimes I'll be like, oh my God, this is so lonely. And then if I feel lonely, I just go and be around people or whatever the case may be. But for the most part, I don't know, because I'm so used to being with myself and I love it here. I take myself out on dates, you know, I do everything with myself. Although I'm never really alone because somebody's always coming up trying to talk. Jesus Christ, Lord. But when you're used to that and you're accustomed to that, and like you don't need, it's not a necessity, like it's just a want. And I think that we lie to ourselves sometimes as women and think that we need a man or we need somebody. But in reality, you don't. You really don't. Separate wings, heavy on separate. That part, my friend and her man have separate rooms and they love it. Exactly, treasure. And then, of course, you have to be, you know, able to trust your partner and have good and open communication. But this whole settling is unsettling to wait the amount of videos I've seen with men telling women, yeah, y'all just need to settle. Like, just that's it. Instead of telling men to level up and get their shit together and become better partners, it's always the woman, you just need to settle, date down. And it's unfortunate because a lot of us, and I'm saying us, you know, as melanin rich women, we do have to date down because a lot of us are out earning and we're outperforming. However, I don't know what could remedy that necessarily, but a man has to at least be able to like play in the same ballpark as you, at the very least. um that's wild though. It is. It's crazy. All right, I'm gonna see what y'all have to say for a couple more minutes, and then I'm gonna get out of here. And we will do that call-in show tomorrow. I'm gonna make a community post about it, so everybody can know. And I'm a do the community post like early, like way before we do it. We'll do the regular Get Ready With Me vertical live, and then it'll be probably like in the evening, you know, so people won't be like at work and stuff like that. Because I would like for everybody to be able to like come in and participate. Um, yeah, this is crazy. I just be like, damn. But just love yourself more. And I know that sounds so cliche, but like self-love really is the best love. It really is. Like loving yourself will save you a world of trouble. Having higher self-esteem, being more confident in yourself, like taking care of yourself. Like you really have to take care of yourself. You really do. And be mindful of what you eat. Take your tonics, take your elixirs, take your herbs, you know, wine and dine yourself. Like mind your self-talk. Don't talk to yourself crazy. You sound a little congested. Son, you know my allergies. I've been for the past couple weeks, it's been like my throat, my voice is like fully almost like 100% back to normal. But I do have congestion. Every time the season changes, my allergies and everything be going through it. And plus, I think when I talk a lot, like I don't know what happens. I don't know how to explain it. But sometimes I feel like I gotta I'm not doing any powder or anything like that. Don't be alarmed. But as far as men cosplaying as women and telling us what settling we should do is misogyny in a wig. Period. And we need not pay these people any mind. Women need self-love. Women need to love self, do for self, and trust your gut. Period. That is a perfect way to end this show. I love you all so much. Thank you for joining me tonight. Shouts out to Cynthia G. Shouts out to Amberella. Shouts out to Sun. Shouts out to Layla, G Baby, Treasure, Queen Keish. Thank you all for joining and interacting with the chat. It seems like there's a lot of Bush babes up in here tonight. Hey, Bush babes and looky loos. Y'all know I love a click and a view. So make sure you all were also hitting the like button. Let me see where the likes is at before we get out of here. Because I ain't even really look at this chat. Oh, wait, hold up. Now, y'all know y'all could have liked the dang on video. Hey, PJ. Everybody up in here, hit the like button before we get out of here. Because why is y'all trying to play with me like that? I don't like it. Sagittarius goddess, hey. Everybody up in here, hit the like button. Now y'all gonna act like y'all don't hear me. It's all right. I got something for that ass. I'm joking. I'm joking. Smash the like button for me so we could get it popping in this algorithm. Exactly. That part. Oh, thank you, Amberella. Thank you, boo. All right, I'm leaving. Like, comment, subscribe, share because I know you care. Do not let anybody play in your face. You got this. The world is a stage. You are at the center of it. Life is a movie. You're starring in it. Main character energy all day and every day. Don't let these men shame you. Do not let these men shame you into settling or into playing small. You are a fucking big dog. Spread love. It's the Brooklyn way. I'll see you guys mañana. Later.